Hey there, guys and gals, all you hip cats, cool kittens, you diesel-powered disciples, cool, our friends and foes. Welcome to our second live stream with the League of Impossibilists. And I am your host tonight, the Shaman, the artist also known as the Bamboozleist, Big Daddy Cool. You can call me Johnny. And with me, and I'm trying to get this so that everybody can be seen. Let's see how this works. Actually, that works pretty good. We got Deakon and Madam Darque, and of course, Prometheus. How you doing, Promo?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Deakon, Madam Darque, how you doing?
Very, very well.
I'm doing okay, Johnny.
Oh my goodness, we got the goat father going on here. So Deakon, as you guys may see, is not in his satyr form. He is in his human form tonight. And Deakon is so cool, he has to wear shades even at night.
The light tends to hurt the eyes of the goat father right here.
And Madam Darque looks so gorgeous tonight. Beautiful.
Thank you, my darling.
As usual. And you guys might notice I'm going a little bit more casual tonight. Doing kind of more of the Western shaman thing tonight. Today has been a very stressful day for me. Actually, I'm going to just say this and tell you that the last 48 hours has been incredibly stressful for me. I know Deakon and Darque, you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me see here. All right, I was just seeing if we had heard from Suki and Doc Impossibile yet. But so I was at work until 5 o'clock today. Stone quiet until 3 o'clock. I had an appointment on my calendar to do a healthcare.gov enrollment, an Obamacare medical enrollment. And we have to share screens, and my client was a complete technology Neanderthal. What should have taken 20 minutes took almost 2 hours. And I was ugh. And then I got home and I lost my patience with the family. And then you guys who have dogs, you will love this. Jax ate an entire bag of gummy bears.
That's a real shitty situation.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, and then we ordered dinner from this restaurant in Gallatin for delivery through DoorDash. Well, Lorna, my wife, didn't know that the restaurant is only a seasonal restaurant, and neither did DoorDash. So they took the order, they took the money. The chick shows up to pick up the order, and they're closed for the season. They don't open again until May, until boating season. Anyway, we had to order from somewhere else, and that was delayed. So it's just been one of those days, and it's been one of those weeks. We've already got a lot of people watching. We got, we got Magi Jake saying, "How are you, my friends?" Eli Cash says, "Yo." Chris Walker says, "Hi, guys." And then asks, "Where's Corey Hart when you need him?"
I take over. I wear my goat glasses at night.
Oh, see. I wear my goat glasses at night
so I can graze. So no one will see me graze.
That's hysterical. That's hysterical. So my son is peeking in to tell me something. I'm going to mute the mic for just a minute. So my son just peeked in to tell us that Jax just threw up on my daughter. See, here's the thing. The gummy bears were on her bed in her room, and she had closed the door. She had let Jax in her room and then closed the door and left him in there. So we've made him her responsibility. And he just got rid of some of those gummy bears. So
I'm a goat, but I wouldn't even eat that.
oh, listen.
At least they're not the sugar-free gummy bears.
Oh, if they were sugar-free, we'd already be at the animal hospital. We went through that 2 years ago when I had left a pack of sugar-free gum sitting on the coffee table. When we went to church, we came back and the dog, he got into them. We didn't know which dog, though, so we had to take them both to the emergency room and get their stomachs pumped. And Deacon and Madame Darque know our dogs, Jax and Diva. So we had only had Jax for a couple of weeks at that point because we had got him just before we moved into the apartment. And when we brought them home after going to the doggy emergency room and getting their stomachs pumped, Diva just sat on the couch and looked at him like, you idiot. You know that expression dogs give each other sometimes. Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on in our world. Eli Cash says that solves the gummy problem. Let's see. Joe McKeel got y'all too. I don't know what that means, Chris Walker. While we're figuring that out, Deacon and Darque, what's been going on in your world?
Oh, many interesting things.
Yeah?
Many interesting things.
Such as?
Well, as you know, we have a Great Pyrenees mix, one of our 5 dogs.
Yes.
And it turns out she's a better mouser than the cat.
Okay.
She's a better master than all 5 cats.
How many mice has she caught? 3?
3 or 4.
And brings them right to Daddy.
Because that's the prize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good dog.
Yes, she is.
Bringing you the present,
got
Daddy
steak.
Deacon.
Yeah, she got mouse steak. Believe me, it's really hard to kind of get in there and prep them, and then I got this little spatula. I got. Yeah.
Oh. So Chris Walker says sugar-free gummy bears. He left some out somewhere. I heard this story. It didn't tell anybody. And apparently a bunch of people at a con had toilet issues. Let's put it mildly. So, so you guys...
Was this pre-TP
yes.
rating?
Yes. Yeah, this was at a con like sometime in the past.
Oh, okay.
And he's been making jokes about it on the Consolation 2020 page. Just warning, somebody left a big bag of sugar-free gummy bears in the con suite. Because apparently he did. And apparently, you know, if you don't know that Sorbitol flushes
Natural
right through
laxative.
you. Yes. So
That's the prank to play.
Certainly won't work with the great constipation.
So, hey guys, we got another member of the League of Impossibles joining us right now. It is Suki Dawn. How are you?
I'm good. Just, hanging out.
We're talking about dogs vomiting.
Oh, lovely. Sounds like
'cause-
it came in at a good time.
Yeah, I had a dog who ate an entire bag of gummy bears.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that. That's an even better view. Awesome. So, Suki Dawn looking beautiful tonight.
Thanks. I try my best.
You don't have to try hard. So what's going on? What was that? Oh, Handy is on the prowl. Stop. Suki Dawn, what's been going on in your world?
Things have been kind of quiet lately. which is a little suspicious. But that means I have some good downtime, so I'm not complaining.
Is that hat on backwards?
It might possibly be.
I think it is. It looks like it is. Leave it. It's okay. Don't think.
No,
you
it's
don't
not
have to-
actually. It's actually
No?
not.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's just up. Okay. I got it.
Yeah, it's not as low as I usually have it. But
So, Prometheus, before we start talking about some of our adventures, what is going on in your world?
The family's doing Easter eggs at the moment.
Oh, yeah? Coloring Easter eggs?
Yeah, they're right across from me doing Easter eggs. Then we've got my house we put back in this coming up week, hopefully.
They're going to be finished with it this week?
Yeah, I have a manufactured home coming in. They'd already poured the concrete Wednesday, so Thursday and Friday gives it time to dry, and then they'll pull it in probably Wednesday of next week, and I'll probably be back in it before May 1st, I hope.
So you're going to be moving out of the in-laws' house. How excited are you?
Would
Can you
like to
say
know?
on the air without hurting somebody's feelings?
I'm in the living room right now, so no, that doesn't work.
He's
Eli
as happy
Cash.
as a puppy with two people.
Eli Cash says toilet issue. Don't make me happy, for it not only stinks but it is quite crappy. Yes. Thank you, Eli, for pointing that out to everybody. Yeah. So.
Oh, there was one other thing. I was supposed to go back to work on Monday.
Yes.
Now they've changed it to Wednesday.
They're letting you go back to work?
Well, I've been off for the last 2 weeks.
Well, I know, but we're still under a statewide shutdown
Well,
until
that's
the
why I said,
24th.
I found out today by a friend of mine, and I had to go. Who's one of the temps? She told me that they called her today and said that, well, instead of Monday, they moved it back to Wednesday. And I thought, well, maybe that's just for the temps. So I went and checked it, called the call out number, and so now as scheduled, we go back to work on Wednesday.
So you're considered an essential business?
I make a cleaning product, John.
Really? I thought you worked in glass.
Huh? No.
Or
Washing machines.
TVs. Oh, you make
LG.
washing machines.
It's an
LG
LG
is a
product,
TV company.
But we make washing machines.
They make all sorts of products, John. Washing machines, TVs, phones. I mean,
Mhm.
So-
Eventually, we'll be making 5 different products there.
Interesting. Suki Dawn, I got a question for you.
okay,
Do you like chiclets?
chiclets.
It's not a trick question. Have you ever had chiclets before?
I don't think so.
This is my granddad's favorite candy. It's kind of like a minty gum.
Oh,
And yeah, so every time we went over to his house when I was a kid, he would always give us chiclets. But I don't like chiclets. I'm really more of a winter fresh or double mint kind of guy.
interesting.
Yeah. I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, I do love a good.
Anyway, that's for everybody too. So Suki, you seen any monsters lately?
Not really.
You are
Unfortunately.
our monster hunter.
Yeah.
You gotta find us some threats to fight.
Well, unfortunately, monsters are kind of in hiding right now too. Apparently, so
Are they under quarantine too?
I didn't think they'd catch something like this, but I guess since all the humans are home, they have nothing to do. So,
Yeah, I heard
I
of
don't
2
know.
monsters
I don't make
myself.
the rules.
What's that, Deacon?
I heard of 2 monsters myself. It might need to be destroyed.
Oh,
COVID and Corona.
actually, Madame Darque and I have been talking about that evil presence calling himself COVID. League of Impossibilists, we've got a new villain, and Doc Impossible, the founder of the Impossibilists, is with us. And Doc, you're looking kind of rough there, man. What's going on?
I've been up for hours trying to find a cure for this thing. It's been 13 hours straight in the lab. I haven't been able to do anything. I left I'd say about 2 a.m. yesterday to go out to a gas station to get some energy bars. Hazmat suit the entire time. It was impossible to say the least. It was not fun. And I'm calling associates in Wuhan, the province of 9 generals, and all the scientific guilds out there. And as far as we can tell, it's a weaponized version of the common cold, which was utilized against protesters and then spread rapidly across the globe and went out of hand. So until we can find a counter agent, it's just going to keep populating.
So it's happy news. Good news.
I guess. I mean, I got to find a counter agent, but until then, hunker down and keep quarantined.
Now I got a question here for you because everyone who doesn't know, because you've not maybe met Doc Impossibile, Eli Cash says, "What's up, Doc?"
Haven't heard that before.
And Chris Walker says, "Chiclets." You haven't heard that name in a while, he says. So for those of you who don't know, Doc, I'm just going to tell them a little bit about your backstory. In 1926, the original Impossibilists, as they were called by the U.S. Secret Service, Wyatt Earp, Harry Houdini, Amelia Earhart, H.P. Lovecraft, Nikolai Tesla, they were with me and a team I had assembled to stop the ghost of Grigory Rasputin from destroying the 5 powers treaties. And when we opened up the nexus of reality, and it created this tremendous explosion, it destroyed everything except for me, who was standing in the center of the nexus, controlling it with the rings of power. And the original team of Impossibilists were spared because H.P. Lovecraft put up a protection spell, but the energies of the nexus and the protection spell mingled and merged, and those entities all fused into one person. And when I said, "Doc, that's impossible," he said, "Yes, that's what we will call ourselves." And he created the first team of Impossibilists. If it weren't for you, Doc, we would not be here.
Seems that way.
And he's not at all humble. It's okay. We love you. And then Suki Dawn is the wielder of the Dragon Hand, the power of the Dragon Hand. Her grandfather Shiro was the first Dragon Hand, and she grew up in a small little town of West Texas. Her dad was a cowboy. Her mom was the daughter of the original Dragon Hand, Shiro. And she grew up being trained by her mom to take over the family business, to be a monster hunter. And she's a kick-ass samurai cowboy monster hunter, and wields the unbreakable katana, easy for you to say, which helps her harness the power of the Dragon Hand. Now, Suki, here's something really interesting, and if this comes out of the blue, you can say no comment if you have to, but we've noticed that your grandfather, when he harnessed the power of the Dragon Hand, his flame was kind of red, but yours is blue. Do you know why that is?
I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I have a feeling it's more about your inner power coming through the force itself, if that makes sense. And so my grandfather was red, but my inner power is blue.
Interesting. Madam Darque, what
Yes.
do the colors represent in terms of power and energy, internal auras and so forth?
You are closer than you know. It has very much to do with one's own aura. It's very individual. Very individual. Hers happens to be blue, which means she, would rather not have to kick monster butt if she doesn't have to. She's normally a very peaceful soul, but she has the power and has the ability. And when it comes down to it, she has the ability to do what must be done with great equanimity.
That's something that always gets me. It's like you get this great mystic force, and it just manifests itself in some color. Like, what if you hate the color blue? What if you want it to be purple? What if we're making a new energy weapon? We just take a vote on what color it's going to be.
Well, Doc, maybe that's something that you can set your sights on.
Yeah.
Maybe
Suki,
you can
I
discover
guess
that
if you
mystery.
if you want a different color, we can put some sort of like chroma key around the photons.
Why would we do that?
I don't know if you want to be purple or white. Mess with some people. Monsters see it coming. They're like, oh gosh, she's just got a next level of power. It's white now.
That's pretty funny. Hey, we might have another guest coming in here in just a moment. I just got a message from Blake to tag me in. Eli says, respect her, Dragon Hand. Oh, we all have respect for Suki Dawn. She can throw a punch. Did you see that the highlights from the battle we had in Murfreesboro against the hordes of the Supreme Cultist? She took them out. She took both of them out. A kick, a punch, and a throw. That was badass.
I still think using the swords would have been more effective.
Sometimes it's just more fun to use your hands.
Don't take that out of context.
Oh!
I would watch myself if I were you.
Wait. Cue Deakon and Darque.
That's what she said.
With a smile on her face.
Yeah, let's see.
That joke's been around since the 1920s, and it's still not funny.
Ice Drake. What does Ice Drake mean?
An ice dragon of sorts. That's what it sounds like.
Well, dragons and drakes are different. It depends.
Yeah.
It's like worms, drakes.
I thought drakes were ducks.
Drakes are also a name for a duck. Same as mallard.
Has anyone seen that movie, Mirror World? Oh, wait,
I
is
have
that?
not.
Player's Handbook for, is that D&D? Prometheus, yeah?
Ooh.
He said the differences in drakes and wormlings. Yeah, there you go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
We lost Doc Impossibile. Where'd he go?
I'm not sure.
That's okay, because a mysterious stranger has joined us. It is the Next Day Phoenix, Nash DeClan. Good to see you, Nash. How you feeling?
I'm here.
Mirror Mask is the name of the movie. And Mirror Mask is Eli Cash says that. Has anyone ever seen that movie?
Negative.
About the ducks, and they say, we're not ducks, we're drakes.
And it's Gilbert Gottfried's voice, or
No, but I can do it in Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
that's hot.
We're not ducks, we're drakes. Give me another cracker and I'll shove it down your throat. And if you've ever seen Aladdin, you get that joke. So Chris Walker says spelling casualty of autocorrect. Okay. For those of you who are watching and not commenting, the way you do that is if you want to comment, you give permission to StreamYard on the feed to use your name and your picture. And Eli Cash says that's spot on. As a matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post a comment to our viewers. Please like, share, and comment. Because we see that some people are watching, but we don't know who's watching until you post a comment and let us know that you're there. So do that. Now, Suki Dawn, I need to back up because I was a little bit rude earlier and I forgot to introduce you to Prometheus, our newest member of the League of Impossibilists. You've not met him yet, I don't think.
I don't believe so.
Prometheus is a technopath. He can any technology that he can envision, he can form from the elements around him.
Interesting.
It's pretty amazing.
I'm mostly stuck in the 80s and 90s, but that's okay. That's what I love the most. Can't help it. But anything I make works. Proton Pack, Ghostbusters, lightsabers, Star Wars, anything I can think of. This ends up in my fingertips.
So that's going to be interesting from a weapon standpoint, especially, I need to talk to Doc Impossible about creating a teleportation system, because Prometheus, sometimes you might not be able to be in the field with us, but we need a weapon like fast.
I've already thought of that.
Oh,
you've seen The Fly, right?
Yes. Oh, but that did not end well.
That's because there was something in the teleportation booth, but I figured that out. Trust me, it works. I'm not putting myself in it. That's not happening.
No, wait a minute. I don't like it when anyone says, "Trust me, it works."
It doesn't go boom, and you won't turn into an animal. You're okay. I promise.
Well, all we need to teleport is equipment. What?
What's that?
Sorry, Deacon. That's not a no. That's not a.
They're so weird.
But no, it works.
So, Nash, where are you tonight? You kind of had you exploded in a ball of fire the other day. Are you at the Lizzie Borden house now, or have you already started your trek back to HQ?
Yeah, I'm in a little hotel in the middle of nowhere. It's doable. We'll put it that way.
Nash, I'll send you a Game Boy through the teleporter.
That would be amazing. Please have Tetris.
Oh yeah, dude, it's the retro Game Boy. Come on, man. God, I got the one, that's got the original Tetris. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Let me go warm it up.
Excellent.
You should have that in 2.3 seconds.
Now, a lot of times, when we're in quarantine or in lockdown, and Suki, you can speak to this, one of the best ways to keep your skills sharp in training is video gaming. And I hear you're quite the maestro at video games. Is that true?
I do enjoy a good video game.
What's your favorite?
Well, I don't know. Right now I've been playing mostly PvP games like Overwatch and League of Legends. Though Overwatch really feels close to home because you see there's this robot ninja named Genji who also wields a sword. So he's very entertaining to play.
Very cool. And Nash, you're into the retro stuff. I mean, you're kind of stuck in the 90s. At least that's kind of how I interpret it.
Yeah, I can see that.
What's your favorite game to play to relax?
That's a good one. Let's see. I've always loved Street Fighter 3, but that's a little too new for most of my taste. So if we're doing early 90s, probably Super Mario World.
What about, do you remember, because you've been around a long time. You've been, through all kinds of different time periods. Do you remember Ninja Gaiden?
Yes, absolutely. With Rio, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like
or whatever.
Nintendo, I think, wasn't it? On the original NES?
Absolutely.
I think it's like one of the most difficult games ever made.
One of, yes.
Yeah.
That and Friday the 13th. And I get a nod from Prometheus.
No. But I got that game as well.
All right, so this is complete. Anybody can answer. What is, in your opinion, the hardest video game ever created or that you've ever played?
that would be the Super NES, The Lion King, and Aladdin.
Those are both extremely, interestingly, terribly hard games. Beautiful, but hard.
Are they really?
Same
Wait a
with
minute.
the Lion King as well. It's damn near impossible.
You've never played it, Johnny? Never?
No.
We'll
Never
get him.
never played.
We'll get him on Nintendo 8 after this is over.
What are you talking about? I already have the PS5 and the Xbox, One X, whatever you want to call it. Come on now.
Now, I was not a Nintendo fan for the most part. I had an Atari 2600, and I did have the original NES, but I was a Sega Genesis fan. That was my game, my system. I loved Sega Genesis and the Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast. I think the Dreamcast was the most superior system ever made. And let's see who. There's Doc Impossible back. Sorry, you were beneath the fold. I didn't see you trying to pop in. Sorry about that.
Minutes. And I don't care what anybody says. The hardest game is probably Takeshi's Challenge. Has anyone ever played that? It's ridiculous. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Most like all of the buttons and stuff are in Japanese. It's a back and forth. Suki might have a little bit more luck with it than I did, but even speaking Japanese, it's very hard to play.
Okay, what's your opinion on that, Suki?
If you don't know Japanese at all, yeah, it's going to be difficult not knowing the controls. Personally, I don't think I've ever tried playing the game before, so I can't vouch for how difficult it is.
What about Double Dragon? Have you tried that one?
Double Dragon?
That's a fun one. It's pretty classic.
Yeah, it is a classic. You think that's a difficult game?
No, not at all. I'm not saying it's difficult. I'm asking if she's played it.
I don't think so, ironically enough.
Also, I heard we had a Technopath now.
Yeah. I forgot to introduce you when you first came on. Prometheus up in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, just stay away from my tech. I don't want you messing with any programming. Technopaths tend to mess with code. Nothing against you personally. Just telling them to do one thing and they're programming saying another. It gets a little jumbled.
Well, here's the thing about that, Doc. As Prometheus was campaigning to join, I thought you guys could probably work in tandem pretty well, because he can create any technology that he.
Well, for sure. Knowing in advance, I need to, program in some caveat that allows dual operational systems. Otherwise, it's just gonna shut down.
I won't mess with your operation systems.
I'll get you.
So, hardest video game I've ever played is Super NES Super Star Wars. Has anyone played this?
With the hot level and stuff, and the 3-bit speeder and the end orbit.
No. This was on the Super NES.
Super NES.
Yeah, but you could. It was impossible. It was impossible to get
with the 3-bit lightsabers. Was it a dual game or which one?
No. This was a side-scroller adventure game, and you had to get the opening scene was to go through Mos Eisley to get to the Millennium Falcon, but there was this one jump that was impossible to make. You could not do it.
Like it was programmed in wrong?
I think so, because my buddy Jason Swank and I, who is the host of Rebel Force Radio today. Hey, Jason, how you doing? We played that game, must have been 12 hours straight trying to get past that one jump. Never could. It was impossible. You can't do it.
It was programmed.
I defy anyone.
I think I know what it was. It was supposed to be programmed when you had force jump, but they never gave force jump to you till later on in the game.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
Yep. Because you can beat it on other systems just because, like the Amstrad and stuff like that, because it was
programmed incorrectly.
Yeah.
So, Deakon, Madam Darque, what about you guys?
Honestly, I haven't played a video game since before I left high school.
Well, and you're immortal, so that was a long, long time ago.
Ye old high
Precisely.
school.
So Eli Cash has said,
Did you get Jesus to sign your yearbook?
Actually, we didn't have pens back then. We chiseled things out on stone tablets.
He's got goats. I mean, jokes.
"Oh, hey guys, does anyone mind dropping off for a minute? Not leaving. I'm going to take. Who would volunteer to drop out of the stream so that Steel Justice can join us?"
Well, hold up.
Nash?
I have no need to Nash. Hold up. I actually have a teleporter system we're working on. Hold up.
Well, that fixes that problem.
I don't think his works properly.
Well, there is Steel Justice.
Greetings. Sorry I'm late.
I've been joined, apparently.
Oh my gosh, it worked!
Teleportation.
His teleporter did work. That is fantastic.
Hmm.
Turn it sideways.
I
Love
work.
that. So
No.
The other way.
That's not going to work.
just stay real close together. Back up a
okay.
little bit and stay
It
close
won't do
together.
it. I promise. Now
Oh,
we're
that's
just
awesome.
sideways.
Hey, you're defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity. So Steel Justice, welcome to the League of Impossibilists. You and Prometheus are our two newest members. Prometheus is up in the right-hand corner, our technopath, and Steel Justice. He is just what he sounds like. Made of steel, super strong, indestructible, a warrior.
Don't say indestructible. There ain't nothing a lightsaber can't go through.
I wouldn't test that out. Are you challenging me?
Yay, inter-office fight.
No.
Might be fun if you can
Darth
catch me.
Vader's armor would be disagree with that.
That's a special. Okay, but that's a special situation.
Be worth losing a couple fingers, maybe an arm or head, but
An arm
it'd be worth it. It'd be worth it.
for you? Now you don't regenerate though, do you? Not like Nash does. Nash can regenerate. Can you?
Oh no! Sadly, that
Well, I think the problem would be cutting through anything in the first place, because if he's resistant to heat in general, then I mean, no matter how hot that gets, I mean, the lightsaber is able to cut through, flesh pretty easily. But it took like a solid couple of minutes for it to get through a steel door.
at the end
It was
of the
also
day,
a blast door, though,
kills human.
and very, very thick.
Well, I guess it by that same school of thought, he'd at least take it the same amount of time to cut through a blast door to get through Steel Justice's armor. So that would take him not moving for about like 5 minutes.
So potentially he could deflect glancing blows from a lightsaber without taking a lot of damage.
I think even a direct blow would take at least a couple of, it would take a while to really get in there. So he could take like, I think a few hefty swings before it started giving damage. You can wear it down for sure, though.
All right, that makes sense.
Or I could just give it total platonic reversal and just hit him with my proton pack. But hey, let's not do that.
Fight.
So Eli Cash has said the original Castlevania was the hardest game he's ever played.
It's pretty difficult having to run through the entire. I recently started playing the Castlevania collection on I think it was at the PS4 store or like the Xbox store, but went through Kid Dracula and the first two Castlevanias, and Kid Dracula is pretty difficult. I put that on par with the first Castlevania. Some of the jumps are brutal.
All right.
It is a terrible night to have a curse.
I will say the Japanese version is a lot more playable than the American release.
Okay. I'm trying to share this stream with everybody. So give me just a second here. I guess I got to do this. All right. So I just started a watch party. All right. So hopefully some more people will be tuning in. So, Steel Justice, what's the hardest game you've ever played? Video game.
Oh, hardest one. I believe the hardest game I've ever played was Final Fantasy VII.
Hey, Steel.
What did you do?
Yes.
I peed on a bush.
What?
Nice.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I think
We've
that's
had
more
nothing but
information that we
sirens.
needed.
Going by, and I had to ask him, what has he done this time?
I peed on a bush.
Which one?
Which one, George?
Junior.
Oh man.
That would get the cops called for sure.
Yeah. So got some more comments here. So Chris Walker says 2600, great fun. And Eli Cash says never heard of it. Wait, what? The 2600, the Atari 20, the original game system. Surely that's not what you're talking about. But Eli Cash does say, I remember the Game Boy Color port of Dragon's Lair.
Oh my
was
god.
not at all expecting it to be a full motion video game where every room was an interactive movie. One incorrect move and you'll be reduced to bones, literally. Well, wait, that was
ridiculous.
That's how the console was.
Well, no, that's how the original arcade cabinet was.
That's what
And
I'm talking about.
they
Right.
believed the port
Right.
would be more playable, but it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't
Right.
exactly
Worse.
the same.
It was actually worse because with the arcade cabinet, you had a bit more range of motion, but you had to hit buttons on the Game Boy Color at different. It was impossible.
I tell you what, with Dragon's Lair now, on it's an app. You can get on a game on the phone.
Yep.
It's an
Very
app.
similar,
On
similar
iOS
to what
devices,
it was.
yeah.
And it's a pretty good game. I always had problems with it, but I was never, I never had a lot of patience. I mean, I love the video games, didn't have patience, but it's the app is a little kind of a little bit difficult sometimes because you don't have the, everything is close on the screen buttons.
Yeah.
You got your little movement
It's a
on
smaller
the screen.
screen,
It's like
everything.
it makes it a little difficult.
Well, but if you have an iPad, you can play it on the iPad. And
They're selling it for $5 in the Google Play Store.
Oh, we just lost Nash. He went turned off his camera. He must be up to some no good.
There's a couple sequels to Dragon's Lair, weren't there?
Space
there
Ace.
was a Dragon's Lair too.
Dragon's Lair 2, and then Space Ace is made by the same company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one Space Ace is was thinking of, and Dragon's Lair 2.
Well, and they did a Dragon's Lair animated series on Saturday mornings.
Oh yeah.
Deadpool versus Darth Vader. Who would win? I think that Darth Vader would eventually just wearing him down because he'd be annoying, just keep cutting him in half. But I think about like the core of a ship or something and just disintegrate him because you can't really regenerate. There's nothing to regenerate from.
Well, his so a mutant's power comes from the brain, right? Yes, Darque.
It's genetic. I believe it comes from the
I'm
cells.
waving at Nash.
Oh,
Unless it's a telepath. So in Deadpool's case, it's a cellular regeneration.
but if you tear out his brain from his skull,
It still happens. They've decapitated him, and as long as
He
there's a
can still
single cell
regenerate.
left to Deadpool, he grows back.
Yeah, same with Lobo. Lobo
From
was
one-
in deep space and had two
Zarians.
cells that were close enough.
yeah. So did Wolverine. They did the same thing. He got thrown into the sun. And,
Lobo got grown back from his own blood, like a single drop. It was really impressive. Wolverine is they've changed it around a bunch. But the general consensus is that Deadpool's healing factor is Wolverine's like on steroids. It happens faster because Wolverine can heal from just about everything, but it takes longer. So if you mostly disintegrate him, he'll be out of commission for like a couple days before he heals back, as opposed to like superficial wounds and stuff heal almost instantly, but not more grievous wounds. Deadpool is instantaneous.
Instantly. Interesting. So Eli Cash tells us that Ryan Reynolds, and I'd heard this last week, is picked to play Dirk Daring in the Netflix adaptation of the Dragon's Lair. Yeah, it's a live motion.
Oh, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll get Blake Lively to be Princess Daphne.
Who?
His wife. To play the princess.
I don't really know much about her.
Steel Justice, what are you doing there with the camera?
He's having some issues. I'm trying to help him out.
You good?
No, his audio went out.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll let him deal with that. Madam Darque.
Yes.
I was doing some reading in some of the in our library and in some of the ancient texts, and I came across a theory that I wanted to ask you about, because you are the last daughter of Gaia, sister of Mab and Nimue and Morgana, and in the text I was reading, it said that each of you were imbued with your own elemental ability, but when one sister left this plane of existence, another sister gained that elemental control. Now, you have control over all of the elements. Does that mean that does that mean that this theory is true? And two, does that mean that your sisters are no longer with us?
It would appear so. Now, it may be that they're not actually dead. They're simply in another dimension where they can't access their powers. We don't know. I've conferred with my mother many times on this. I've spent many an hour staring into the well of the world trying to find answers. And so far, your theory seems sound, but we have no actual evidence at this time.
WebMD.
Yeah, Doc Wiseass said just Google it.
Is there a Google spell, you know?
You know, yeah. So our archives, easy for you to say, first day with my new tongue, are just as good as anything Google can put up. Have you Googled yourself today, Doc Impossible?
I have a running tracker on my phone that lets me know whenever somebody searches for my name. Other than that, I don't spend too much time online.
I Googled myself and it was fabulous.
That's what she said with a smile on her face.
So Steel Justice is all frozen up over there. Did he become immovable? Is that just his powers overcharging? Oh, wait. He's gone. He left. But there he is back again. Hold on. Let's see if we can bring him back. But his devices are not connected. Steel Justice. Calling Steel Justice. Calling Steel Justice. Are you there, Steel Justice? He's frozen. He's like a statue.
Sorry about that.
I guess maybe you should unfreeze yourself if you want to fight evil today.
I gotta take an impossible shit. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
I really needed to remind Doc that we avoid vulgarity on these streams.
I wouldn't have to do that if I invented a device that would allow it just to clear itself out.
It's called a laxative.
No, they do like on Star Trek and they transport it out.
Exactly.
Wow.
Sorry, Nash. Did you get that in the teleporter just a minute ago? That wasn't from me, I promise.
There's literally one bathroom on the Enterprise D.
What?
So it becomes a really
like a toilet. Literally says head. There's literally only one.
So they just all
Captain
share.
drops his log.
my God.
He kind of is on the way to the captain's area, so yeah, he can drop captain's log anytime he wants.
Oh my God. What has just happened? Because Eli Cash just said, I use duct tape.
Buddy, I guess that's what
no.
happens when you run out of TP. You get creative. Ow.
Stay away from the fiber. I know.
So every
You
time
want
I
that?
go to the grocery store, this is shamanism 101. Every time I go to the grocery store, whether I need it or not, I buy a pack of toilet paper.
18 rolls.
Yeah, just so that I can ask the clerk this judgment question. So, do you think I have enough toilet paper for the amount of groceries I just bought?
Oh no.
And she might be like, I don't know. Are you going to eat the bran cereal right away?
It's like, yes, right now in the line.
All right. Who wants to see some magic?
I can't see much of anything, so go for it.
So, Prometheus, we're going to do this with you. Okay?
Why do I gotta be the guinea pig always?
No. So, I want to tell you the story of one of my contemporaries, Svengali. Have you ever heard of Svengali?
Yes, I met him.
Pull
You
your
did?
camera up, John.
I can go anywhere in
Max.
time. Of course I did.
All right, Steel Justice is back with us. So, Svengali was an Italian wizard who could hypnotize you just with the sound of his voice. And believe it or not, just by me speaking his name and telling you that story, I've placed everyone under a hypnotic spell. But you, Prometheus, are going to help us out. As I flip through the cards, you will notice that they are all different values, all different suits. But under my hypnotic spell, you will only see and hear what I want you to see. As I flip through, I just want you to say stop.
Stop.
Well, before I'm all the way through, I'm going to go
Okay,
slow.
sorry. Stop.
Right there. Remember that card that you had me stop on.
Okay.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Now you see where it is in the deck.
I do.
Watch. Now look. No breaks, no weird moves. I just cast a shadow. And did you see it happen? Look. It comes right back to the top. The 10 of hearts. Now I'm going to stand up just so that I can have a little bit more room to do this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the 10 of hearts and watch the 10 of hearts as it goes in here in the middle. You can see the situation here. Watch. Just like that. Cast a shadow. Oh, it didn't come back to the top. Maybe I didn't cast the shadow strong enough. There we go. Let's try this again. There it goes, right back to the top. Now, here, we're going to do this again. We're going to do this one more time. But this time, Prometheus, I want you to see the situation we got here. You can see the 10 of hearts going into the center. No question. I'm not going to do a thing. I want you, over the magic of the internet, wave your hand across the cards, cast a shadow. And let's see. The 10 of hearts comes right back to the top. Now, here's the thing about this. I told you when we started that when you are under my hypnotic spell, that you will see and hear what I want you to see and hear. You've seen that all of the cards are different, all different values, all different suits. But if I remove that hypnotic spell, you'll see the truth. You never had a choice to begin with. That
Nice.
just happened. All right, we got someone who wants to join us here. It is our sworn enemy, Cthulhu.
Just had a party with that guy last week.
His mic is muted. Oh, the guest chose to mute themselves. Cthulhu, you have no power here. What?
I'm running a trace on his IP. Hold on.
Okay.
And, well, that was weird.
Now was a
Shades of
thing.
Shakti,
Locked
defend
himself.
us.
Hold on. I'm digging. Hold
He's
on.
gone. He's left.
I've got a track. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Suki, you seem perplexed.
It's
Are you
very
vexed?
odd.
It is very odd that he would appear on our stream, isn't it? Steel
I lost
Justice. Steel Justice keeps having some problems here connecting. So I'm gonna see if we can get him back. You're back, but your connection keeps freezing up. Steel Justice, you got some bad Wi-Fi in Gallatin.
Who's on his breastplate?
Steel Justice, what are you wearing on your shirt? Are you wearing? You're not in full uniform.
That's a breastplate.
Red shirt and khakis.
He's not
what's
Jake
on
from
your
State Farm.
What is that breathing? There's heavy breathing. So Eli Cash says he must have known that Darian Smiteblades got his number. Oh, he's talking about Cthulhu. Darian Smiteblade. I've not heard that name in eons, Eli. Maybe we should tell that story someday, you think? And that's what Eli says. Cthulhu is afraid of Darian Smiteblade. I met Darian Smiteblade during an adventure years ago. And he's from he's a warrior from another dimension. That yeah. It's been a long time since I've heard that name, Eli. We got to tell that story someday. That wasn't cryptic at all. So we lost Steel Justice again. So those of you who are watching, you can ask us questions. If you just post a comment, give StreamYard permission to use your name and your picture so that we know who you are. We've got people watching through a couple of watch parties. If you guys aren't on a phone and want to share the video as a watch party to your Facebook groups or pages, that would be great. You can do that. And we got a few people. Darian Smiteblade is the son of Hastur, is what Eli Cash says. The son of Hastur. You guys remember him, right? Hastur, that party dude? You know who I'm talking about? Anyone? Anyone? No? You don't know Hastur? All right. Check this out.
I might, but a lady never kisses and tells.
Right here. Right here. See, right there? That just happened. All right. So guys, what else is going on? What are you guys doing interesting, or anything you've been watching on TV, listening to, music-wise, or radio, audiobooks? What can you recommend to our fans to keep them occupied and sane during the corona virus crisis? Anyone? Bueller?
I've been building
I'm-
things. That's my escape.
But yet your escape, but for our fans, for our
Yes.
followers, what can they do?
Let's sacrifice.
Time travel.
I ended up watching a bunch of things on Netflix, so I ended up finishing The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which was pretty good. The last season was a little disappointing compared to the first one, but I ended up finishing that. And then there's a new like anime on Netflix called Beastars that I just finished. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, so I figured I'd watch it, and it's pretty good.
I have to go back and do some old school Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I watched The Big Show. It's a family sitcom thing starring Paul White, aka The Big Show.
It's The Big Show.
Yeah, he's retired from wrestling, and he has like a daughter from another marriage kind of thing who comes to live with him, his wife, and their like 2 kids, and it's kind of interesting. It's funny. It has a bunch of hip lingo that I've never heard before, and it's all around good time. It's like 10 episodes, easy to go through.
So I started watching that, Nash, and because I had heard about this last year when they announced it, and I'm a big fan of Paul White, The Big Show. He's hysterical. He's a great performer, and much more than just the giant, The Big Show. So I was excited about this, and I thought he did a great job, but the rest of the cast, I just thought was trying way too hard to be funny. And I couldn't handle it. I couldn't take it.
Like, it was background TV for me. Like, I wasn't like paying in-depth attention to it, but
yeah,
I've been through like 3 episodes so far.
Okay.
And it's been good background filler.
I mean, the chick who plays his wife is pretty and all. I mean, she's drop dead sexy, but man, she works way too hard at the comedy.
Yeah,
But
let's hope not for a second season then.
Well, if you like it, that's great, right?
I think it's good for like families that have younger like kids, like probably like 14 to like 6 or 7. That's kind of the age. That's kind of the age range of the kids in the thing. So,
all right. So, Deacon, you were saying you did old school Good, Bad, and the Ugly. La, la, la.
Yeah. Then I was went back and thought about one that I hadn't seen for a long time. Yellowbeard.
I've never seen Yellowbeard. Did he eat yellow snow?
It was an actual a pirate movie. It's got Madeline Kahn in it as well.
Oh wait, was this a Disney pirate movie?
No, but it has Cheech and Chong in it.
Oh,
Madeline
okay.
Kahn.
Madeline Kahn.
Yeah, it's a really good. It's almost like a spoof style, in a sense of Mel Brooks style, but it's an extremely funny and good movie. Yeah, I mean, if you can have a chance, go. It was made in 1983.
Yellowbeard. So
Yeah.
Prometheus, I just dropped him. There he is. Prometheus, we are talking about things that our fans can do to keep themselves occupied during quarantine times. Any suggestions?
Read a book that you haven't read in a long time or you want to read. Read some articles. Play Sudoku. Play video games if you like video games. Talk to friends. Play D&D online. Roll20 is a great option for that. There's many things you can do. Just be creative.
So is there a specific book that you would recommend they read?
Ready Player One's a great one. I love that book.
So I love that movie. How does it compare to the movie? You didn't like the movie, huh?
The movie visually was wonderful. I'm not going to say Steven Spielberg is a freaking genius visually, but the story, if you've never read the book by Ernest Cline, by the way, the book, in my opinion, was way better than the movie, because in the movie they rushed everything. I don't know if it's because they couldn't get the rights to everything, but they rushed everything. And the book just really lays it out in detail. But what even more crazy is Ernest Cline helped write the screenplay for the movie, so I was a little disappointed.
Well, you got to take some liberties. And Rob
They
Beers
took
joined us and
too
says
many liberties.
RWBY. What is that? Volume
Ruby.
1 through 7, Ruby?
It
By
is
Rooster
Rooster
Teeth?
Teeth animation. It's done in like machinima style, using like models that were pre-existing and then built upon. It's interesting.
So, Suki, you understood what he just said. I have no idea what Nash just said.
Well, I've definitely heard of Ruby before. It's quite popular. I haven't caught up with it, but I watched the first couple episodes, and it does seem very interesting.
All right. And Eli Cash says, Madeline Kahn. Anyway.
And
Tired of playing the game. Ain't it a friggin' shame? I'm so tired.
she's tired. Sick and tired of love.
Give me a break.
She's not a
Someone get
sick.
her a Snickers.
No. Do you guys not know what that's from?
It's been a while.
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. The movie that could not be made today. No studio would allow Blazing Saddles to be made today because it is so offensive.
Yeah, they wouldn't let Kentucky Fried Movie be made either.
Yeah. So Steel Justice is back with us. Steel Justice.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Yeah. Well, you're in the sprawling metropolis of Gallatin, Tennessee, and
Did
I know
you get lubed up?
As a fellow Galatian.
What?
Well, he's steel. WD-40.
Steel Justice. We were asking everyone to give our fans and viewers some suggestions for things that they can do to keep themselves occupied and sane during the COVID-19 quarantines. You have any suggestions for people? And Rob Beer said to Madame Darque, she said it before I could type it. Steel Justice is a thoughtful fellow. Have you noticed?
Hopefully he attacks faster than he thinks. Just saying, we'll be in trouble.
Well,
hey. Go ahead, Deacon.
Oh, no. And another, really personal projects, though. One of the things I've been trying to do is I've been trying to harness some new skills with building, being creative, pallets, pallet creativity, building a privacy fence out of pallets, and maybe doing going to try some other things like building some outside yard furniture out of old pallets.
But keep one thing in mind. If your DIY gene is not active, it requires a blood sacrifice make it so.
So Deacon put a screw right into his finger and had to turn the drill on reverse to get it out.
Yeah. And actually, I might have done like this side of the finger right here. I don't feel I don't have too much feeling right there right now, so I don't know if it's a permanent or temporary.
Bad?
I don't know. I might have messed up the nerve.
Yeah, it sounds like it was bad.
It was bad. It's bad.
You know
It's
it.
bad.
Ew.
All right, Steele,
It
did
was
you
so
think of
bad, it was
anything?
good. I like the pain.
You know what I hate about Steel Justice? His Saturday matinee heroic jawline and his perfect damn teeth. Look at that smile. Give us a there he is.
He kind of looks like a little bit more handsome version of Ryan Reynolds.
What was that? Eli Cash says, so Deakon got screwed?
And not
Yeah.
in a good way.
Eli Cash also asks if everything came out all right, Steele. I'm not sure what that means.
It
No, it's not
certainly
still,
did.
it's actually impossible. We're hoping everything comes out all right. He's been gone for a minute.
All right, so here is a question for everybody from Magi Jake, our Columbus or our Cincinnati fan and fellow Magi. What is the scariest character you've ever seen? So this could be one of our villains, one of your previous adventures, something that has really scared you, maybe a
Your
monster.
ex-wife doesn't count.
So,
Mama June. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mama June.
I'll tell you right now.
Mama June feet.
So I think you mentioned that the other day on a post, John. And I got to think about it. Of everything I've ever seen, honestly, growing up as a kid, one of the scariest villains I ever thought was weird was when I watched the movie Salem's Lot. It was like an extraterrestrial vampire or something, but it was so damn weird. It was a freaky movie, and they turned the whole town into vampires. I mean, that vampire kept me awake for nights on end.
Deakon, in all of your immortal years, the scariest thing you've ever seen was a movie? Out of all of the things that you've faced and all of the monsters that you've defeated and all of the horrors that you've seen in your immortal years, Salem's Lot is the one that keeps you up at night?
It gave me indigestion.
Nash, what's the scariest character or scariest villain you faced down?
Yeah, I think I'm still going to have to go into the realm of film. The guy with the little tiny hand from Scary Movie. You know, the little tiny hand. That was scary as all get out. I don't want to mess with that guy with the little hand. Here, take my strong hand.
Madam Darque, what about you?
Out of all the eldritch horrors that I have ever seen in my life, the nameless one. I dare not even speak his name, for he may come back.
It's a good answer. Suki Dawn?
Well, when you grow up fighting demons, I've seen so many scary things that I can't even name one to you. My brain has started making them up as well, so that's great.
Prometheus, have you seen anything scary?
Well, your face in a dark room is pretty scary, but hey,
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that camping trip.
But no, oh, that was a group camping trip. Why did I get invited? But hey, Jason and Freddy are my biggest enemies.
You know who the scariest villain I've ever faced?
But Jason and Freddy can't die.
Was Pastor Mitchell. Do you remember that mission that we had, you and I? He was spewing. He would literally breathe fire and brimstone. Good looking, classy dressed guy, but you got too close to him, and man, he would blow you up and man.
I'm still running from that to this day. What are you talking about?
And wait a minute. If I remember Pastor Mitchell's spouse, he was married to a demon. That's what was so weird, right? That long-toothed demon lady.
I'm trying not to laugh, but you're right.
There's a lot of times to think about being decomposed.
Steel Justice, what's the worst threat you've ever faced? Oh, he's freezing up on us again.
I think
Steel
the worst
Justice.
threat he's ever faced is going outside in the rain.
John, there was a time back about 100 years ago, though. Adam, wasn't about 100 when I was taken captured by Cthulhu and its horde. She had to rescue me.
But he branded you.
He branded me.
But you liked it.
Magi Jake asks, which power would you rather use, summoning fire or summoning lightning? So really, that's a question that's moot for some of us.
I am fire.
Yeah, you are fire. You're like made of fire. And Suki Dawn wields the power of the dragon hand, the blue flame. And Madame Darque, Maggie Moonhawk gives me some, lightning. She generates lightning. I don't, but you're the one who is the elemental. So what do you prefer, fire or lightning or water, iron, wood, earth?
Fire is easier. Lightning requires both fire and air and a little bit of earth. Lightning is a rarefied thing to be able to generate. Fire is much more direct, much simpler, and honestly leaves very little to clean up.
I can create lightning in a bottle. It's pretty simple. Tesla coil,
Mm-hmm.
I can create lightning in a bottle.
Shut up, Prometheus.
It's the truth.
Hexene Spellfire is proficient in both. Yes, I remember Hexene was quite the Spitfire. She could wield both lightning and fire. Someday we're going to have to tell that story. So Magi Jake says, the next time you are in Cincinnati, I personally invite you to one of my mansion shows. All of you are invited. So Jake does the haunted Magic Mansion shows. Hey, Jake, can I show you a trick? Let's do a money trick. Who's got money? Oh, look. Thank you. A $20 bill from the audience. This is a $20 bill. We're going to use $20 bill. We're going to use a pencil, a number 2 pencil. And this is the difference between reality and illusion. Now, Jake, do you know the difference between reality and illusion? Do the rest of you know the difference between reality and illusion?
John, what happened?
Well, I went to one screen just so that everyone can see this clearly. So
you probably take the question off as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take the question down. So here's the deal.
If I really wanted to get you to do this.
Reality is something you can. An illusion is something you can see but you can't touch. Reality is something you can see and touch. So, for example, we know that the $20 bill is real because we can see it and touch it. We know that your mics are still on, by the way, guys. We know that the pencil is real because you can see it and touch it. But we're going to use 2 items out of reality to create a very cool illusion. And this is a very cool illusion. And it happens right about here, right at Andrew Jackson's forehead. So, Deakon, you will love this in particular. Here we go. Now, this is a good illusion, but it's just an illusion. But it really looks like the bill is going, or the pencil is going through the bill. I mean, it really looks like it's going through there. It's a good illusion. As a matter of fact, it's such a good illusion, you can even hear it. Listen, But I promise it is only an illusion. That just happened. Boom.
Oh, look, he's got magical jokes.
And I need my $20 back.
Oh, we lost Suki Dawn. She left us. Maybe she'll be back. Steel,
the couch?
are you unfrozen yet?
I don't
Yes.
think so.
Yes, you are. You were
Oh, I am.
frozen. Yes. So there you go. There you go. Thank you for letting me borrow that. So Steel, what is the worst villain opponent you've ever faced?
The worst opponent I ever faced?
Maybe the scariest one.
The worst opponent, I believe, is one that did not keep me satisfied enough as I pummeled him to the ground.
Who was that?
I can't remember his name. Yet he was so puny. The only emotion I felt from him was pity. After all, I couldn't. Yes.
No, finish. After all, you couldn't what?
Oh. Well, the worst opponent I ever faced. Nothing against the fellow. I just wished he lasted longer as I pummeled him to the ground so that I could get satisfaction out of it. Unfortunately, I did not.
So you wanted satisfaction from beating someone up, but you didn't get it. What does that make him, Madam Darque?
It means that he hasn't really found his purpose yet. And hopefully with us, he will achieve that and thus achieve oneness with his own spirit.
Steel Justice, you stick with us and we will give you purpose, my friend.
The only other character I've ever faced that scared me was the Go Groomer.
The Goat Groomer.
Yes.
All right.
Madam Darque just took him to Super Pets again, I think.
Oh, yes, I can see that happening now. So,
my greatest foe.
So somebody took out Suki Dawn's Wi-Fi, and Doc Impossible got called off to a mission in the multiverse. So Suki might be under attack. We might want to go ahead and wrap this up. We're having a lot of fun, but someone needs to go check on her and make sure that she's not falling victim. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a quick call. Hold on, I'm gonna text one of my old associates, Red Raven, and all right. So Red Raven and the Blue Phantom are on their way to check on Suki. So we'll be okay. Luckily, the Blue Phantom can teleport through shadows and travel and be there in an instant. So hopefully we'll get a good report from them soon. From our viewing audience, any other questions for the Impossibilists? Nash DeClan, before we... Magi Jake says the caretaker is scared of no one. He is the caretaker. Nash DeClan, before we go, do you want to tell our viewing audience about any upcoming events that they should know about?
No.
Okay. Anybody else have anything that they need to let the viewing audience know about? Any events or happenings?
Nash, I'll be expecting you for tea next Wednesday.
Maybe so.
Bring some hay.
So tomorrow here in the Gallatin compound, I'm going to be doing a garage purge. If you in a little bit, I'll take my video camera out to the garage, and you can see just how in need of a purge it really is. It's a disaster, and so we're going to be getting rid of a bunch of stuff.
I've seen it. Yeah, there's mountains of stuff.
Yeah, comics and books and toys and props and magic stuff and dishes and all kinds of stuff. And as I'm going through it, if I see things that I think that you guys will be interested in, I will set them aside for you. Suki, you're okay. So Red Raven and Blue Phantom were able to get there and help you out.
Yes.
Okay. So what was interfering with the Wi-Fi? We were worried about you.
I'm not sure.
It was demons.
I mean, quite possibly, because it was fine before. So I tried scouting it by myself, but I couldn't see anything, so I have no idea.
All right. Well, I'm glad we were able to send you some help. And we understand from the text that I got is that Doc is got called away to a mission in the multiverse, and hopefully he'll be back all in one piece soon. So I was telling the viewing audience that I'm going to purge my garage, get rid of a bunch of stuff, and if I see stuff that I think you guys might be interested in, I will set them aside and invite you one by one at a time. No social clustering, to come and go through what I have set aside for you. I would invite you all to come be a part of that mission. However, my boss said no way, no people allowed at the house, no other people on the compound. So
what about goats?
I think goats carry disease.
Hey,
This is really funny.
You have good to eat.
I told you no.
He said he had paper products.
It gives you gas.
Speaking of which, we have an interview coming soon. Ruby Daring did an interview with Madame Darque, with myself, and with Deakon. And Deacon's interview is going to be released this week, probably Monday, to the public. And it's really enlightening. Did you already see it, Deakon? Do you approve?
Not yet.
Does it give two hooves up? I sent it to you at 3:00 in the morning. You haven't watched it yet?
I'm sorry.
I know that
I was grazing.
You were grazing at
That
3
little
a.m.?
thing with the groomers.
Gotcha.
They tried to give me a bath. I had to resist, but they said it was futile.
Nash, I need to speak with you one-on-one later. Shaman, yeah, if you have anything that you think I'd like, just let me know. You have my view screen, so to say.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, it is 9:30. We've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. If nobody else has anything else they want to share, I think we can call it a night.
No, is Still Justice wearing a shirt, or is that his breastplate? Is what I'm curious about.
Shirt. I think it's just a shirt. But his feed is locked up. He's having reception problems, I think. I think whatever demons were attacking Suki's Wi-Fi have been trying to lay siege to his compound, his secret lair. Steel, do we need to send some backup up your way? That didn't come out quite right.
Back it up. Back it up.
Some reinforcements. Do we need to send some reinforcements? I think we do. So I'm not far from him. So let's call it a night, guys. I'll head up the road to his secret lair and make sure that that didn't sound good either. I'm going to go to where he is, and I'm going to make sure that he's okay and that he doesn't need any help fighting off the villains that are attacking.
You keep digging that hole just deeper and deeper and deeper.
Enter the cave entrance first.
That's what she said.
Well, now
That
luckily,
smile on her face.
Now, luckily, he's trimmed the bushes away from his cave, so it makes entrance a little bit easier.
We took this to a really dark
I just
place
did
where
some
the sun doesn't
grazing on
shine.
it myself. It was quite tasty.
Wow, this is completely devolved. But even Suki's laughing. She doesn't laugh at anything.
Well, you can't just drop this many jokes at once and not expect me not to at least smile.
Wait, what jokes?
No. But this was all biographical information.
What happened to PG-13?
Hey, we haven't cussed once.
Well,
Yes.
Doc
I didn't
Impossible
know
did.
eating that bush wasn't anything bad.
Oh, it's
I
not
just
bad.
helped with the trimming.
It's good.
It is.
Prometheus, you're...
We have broken him.
Are you mentally and physically broken?
I broke many things, but my mind is not one of them.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Well,
Well,
the sleep I have in my toe.
We'll
It
end
looks
things
like a
off
little branch.
with an Ozzy Osbourne quote that sums this up nicely. Of all the things I miss my mind the most. And good night, everybody.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us here with the League of Impossibilists. We'll do this again soon. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate all of our members joining us, and we've got more members to join us in the future. Red Raven, Blue Phantom, Uriah, and others who have not been able to join us live. They will be joining us in the next couple of episodes. And until the next time, we'll catch you on the flip side. And say it with me, kids. You're welcome. All right, we'll catch you later, guys. Thanks.
The sleep